Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. I've got the XRP chart up here on the daily, and not too much movement, guys. Not since yesterday. I mean, we had a quiet weekend. Right now, XRP's trading at about 51.5 cents. Let me throw it on the hourly. You guys can see since this downturn on Saturday, we've just been kind of trading sideways. So I mean, on the micro time frame, it is looking like we are making higher highs and higher lows, although nothing really to write home about yet. It's been fairly quiet. I mean, overall, we haven't actually seen too much activity within the last 24 hours. Bitcoin down about 0.2%. We got Ethereum down 0.7. We got BNB coin down 0.76. XRP's down 0.29. As you guys can see, Dogecoin was a leader on the weekend, and now Dogecoin is down 4.63%. So, traders taking their profits. Cardano's up a little bit, but nothing notable. Basically, the entire crypto space fairly flat. So, just going back here, Bitcoin price right now, as of the time of this recording, we did see Bitcoin spike a little bit over the last few hours. Again, this is Bitcoin on the hourly. In the wee hours of the morning, we did see Bitcoin spike about 2.25%. But as I was saying, nothing very notable, only trading at about $28,300 per coin. How many of you guys are ready for your Quorium airdrop? I know some of you guys did sign up for this. XRP Crypto Wolf bringing us this update. XRP hodlers to receive distribution of Quorium airdrop on this date. So a date has been set, guys. The Quorium blockchain has released an official report of its mainnet airdrop on March the 24th. The Quorium project achieved a significant milestone on this date with the launch of its mainnet and an airdrop campaign. And so based on the schedule, this was for Solo and XRP holders specifically. The total number of Quorium, Solo, and XRP holdings claim during the airdrop is for Quorium 90.7 million, for Solo 200.4 million, and for XRP 10 million. So in a blog post, the Quorium team stated that the first round of airdrop distribution for Quorium holders has already begun, guys. So if you're waiting for that, it should be distributed very soon. However, the distribution of XCore and Solo and or XRP hodlers. So if you're an XRP hodler, you hold Solo or XCore, it is scheduled to take place next month, May the 15th. So about 6 weeks away. So hold tight if you still are waiting for your tokens. They will likely be dropped very, very soon. Also wanted to bring you guys this piece of news, a bigger piece of news here from Ripple partner Tranglo, brought to us by T-Hole-Bedict XRP. Tranglo is a major Ripple ODL partner, guys, and now they are providing instant payments to the SEPA region. SEPA payout countries are the UK, Belgium, Croatia, Finland, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Netherlands, Portugal, Slovakia, Spain, and Sweden. So guys, here is the article just outlining this. They are now launching instant SEPA payments to Europe specifically, and those are just some of the countries that they are going to be servicing. It marks the company's first large-scale expansion into that region and comes amid an influx of cross-border funds in recent years. Now, for those of you guys who have been following the Tranglo announcements, you probably do remember that this is a Malaysian country, and they have been servicing basically Southeast Asia so far, and I do believe Australia as well. Well, now they are moving into Europe. So SEPA facilitates 43 billion transactions annually, with cross-border payments growing rapidly in the last 10 years. However, cross-border SEPA credit transfers and credit debits accounted for only 3.5 and 4.5% of such transactions in the region, respectively. Well, now Tranglo expects cross-border transactions to SEPA countries to increase significantly in the coming months, especially among the increasing number of European businesses and customers abroad looking for real-time payments. So as I mentioned, a handful of notable European countries, the United Kingdom being a big one, Belgium, Croatia, Finland, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Netherlands, Portugal, Slovakia, Spain, and Sweden. Tranglo Group CEO Jackie Lee said, "We decided to launch this offering to cater to the increasing demand for instant cross-border payments. Our business partners will be delighted to know that Tranglo Connect is integrated seamlessly into SEPA, offering more value per transaction in terms of speed and coverage." So boom goes the dynamite, a major ODL partner, Tranglo, a little company from Malaysia who has been knocking it out of the park, of course, beginning in the Southeast Asian region, and now they are permeating Europe, a big market for cross-border payments. And it's not like Europe doesn't already have, a go-to for cross-border payments leveraging RippleNet. But it just goes to show you guys that now that these companies are kind of dominating in their own geographical regions, we are going to see more competition globally. I think that that's a fair assessment. So anyway, wanted to thank T-Hole-Bedict for posting that. Also just wanted to make a note, guys, about the XRP Ledger sidechains and the fact that this recently went live. This had to do with the XLS, what was it, 38? Yeah, the 38D proposal. Somebody here on Twitter, in case you guys were wondering what this all meant, and it's like, choo, maybe over your head. For some people, explain this to me like I'm a 5-year-old. This is coming from Craig Patillo here on Twitter, asking the Wrath of Kahneman here for an explanation about the XLS 30D proposal. And I read this and I thought that this was a pretty good sum up, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. In a casino, you have a cashier's window. I don't know how many of you guys have been to a casino, but you probably have seen this. Push your bills through the window and they push you out some chips. Your $1 bill is worth $1 in chips, but they aren't the same thing. To connect the XRPL to other ledgers, XLS 38 builds that cashier window. One side is dollars only, and the other side is chips. So this is exactly how the XLS 38 amendment is going to work in conjunction with the XRPL, basically providing interoperability as one portion of that for other ledgers to connect to it. So a pretty good explanation here. Cryptwriter here also saying, damn, that's an excellent explanation, respect. The windows on both sides reflect the door counts required on the chip and $1 sides respectively. The cashier is the witness server, providing an attestation for the claim to exchange money for chips. So, I mean, there's always a way to explain these things. I know if you're the developer, you probably aren't, I shouldn't say this, but you probably will not be the best person to explain the technology. So this is why we've got guys like Wrath of Kahneman in the space, helping us all understand this. I wanted to thank him and Craig Patillo for his question. The global adoption of DLT blockchain technology, guys, this is where finance, and not just finance, the economy is going to move once we do see this radical shift in world economies. And it's already starting. This one from Michael Branch here. Brand new news coming out of Saudi Arabia, and I touched on it over the weekend. Well, Saudi Arabia and OPEC reveal a surprise oil production cut. So on Sunday, Saudi Arabia and several major oil producers announced their plan to cut oil production by 1.15 million barrels per day, starting in May and continuing until the end of 2023. So what does this mean, guys, for the economy, for gas prices, for all those things? I mean, everything. There are a lot of things on planet Earth that require oil to just work, like plastics, for example. I mean, think of everything you use every single day that's made out of plastic. That requires oil. According to the Saudi Energy Ministry, the move was coordinated with some members of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, and non-OPEC members alike, as a precautionary member to stabilize the oil market. So not only are these countries working to de-dollarize and to move away from the standard, the US dollar, they are also, some might say, colluding to decide to do as they wish with their oil production. And generally, these countries had to agree on what was going to happen. And of course, the US had been a major player. Well, this is what is happening now. Geopolitical implications. The move to cut oil production comes amid shifting alliances and tensions between these major players. This weekend, Saudi Arabia and several major oil producers, including Russia, the United Arab Emirates, Iraq, Kuwait, Oman, and Algeria, plan to reduce oil production by a total of 1.15 million barrels per day. Okay, so that's the oil story, and I'm going to go back to that in a second. But first, this from XRP Darren here. No more sanctions with CBDC swaps. Another member of the BRICS country, Brazil, is doing this.
Today, Brazil, in our hemisphere, largest country in the Western Hemisphere south of us, cut a trade deal with China. They're going to, from now on, do trade in their own currencies, get right around the dollar. They're creating a secondary economy in the world, totally independent of the United States. We won't have to talk about sanctions in 5 years because there'll be so many countries transacting in currencies other than the dollar that we won't have the ability to sanction them.
So did you hear what Marco Rubio said? There are going to be so many countries transacting in their own currencies, and that is going to be due to technologies like DLT, like RippleNet, leveraging cryptocurrencies like XRP in order to facilitate these types of transactions. And guys, these are huge, huge volumes of money movement. So think about this for a second. These cryptocurrencies, these technologies, these are the ones that are going to be valuable. These are the ones that are going to have real world utility. So giving you guys some more context there, Matthew Lany also brought this up. There's a coordinated effort right now to bypass the USD. This is happening in real time. So just check out some of these headlines. Asian makes big push to use local currencies. This is coming from Bank of Indonesia. Okay, they want to reduce dependence on US dollar, and this is seen for increasing economic resilience. Then there's this one. BRICS could create fundamentally new common currency, says a senior Russian official. As we know, the BRICS countries have already been talking about creating their own currency that they want to trade in. US dollar no longer required in international trade with India. And these articles are all coming out now within the last few days. This one's from yesterday, April the 2nd. These are all fairly recent articles. This one also from today, April the 3rd. When was this? This was also from April the 3rd. So there you go, guys. Matthew LANY adding some context here. India announces trade settlement in rupees with Malaysia, gives blow to dollar hegemony. So like Marco Rubio was saying in this clip, Brazil now going to be using their own currency, the Brazilian real, I think it is, in order for transactions. So, in a lot of cases, these countries don't even need a world reserve currency if they can leverage the power of RippleNet and XRP, or other coins, for example, that facilitate the same types of trades. Let's move on here. Merlin Crypto Future Invest posted this. I can't wait with the popcorn emoji, so we can possibly expect a collapse around June or July with FedNow coming out. So there's also this kind of separate narrative here with the FedNow project. Instant payments, I did a video a while ago, which suggested that FedNow could in fact accelerate a run on the banks if when, I want to emphasize when, the economy collapses and the dollar goes down like nobody's business. I happen to see this guy now and again on TikTok. I wanted to share this with you. He explains how the FDIC is going to inform you of a bank collapse. Now remember, SVB Bank, they recently collapsed, Signature Bank, and Silvergate. Some are suggesting that this was the test to see how we would react in a situation similar. They're going to tell us on a Friday. Well, anyway, let me play you guys this clip.
The FDIC admits that they will send out an announcement. So get ready for this. They admit they will send out an announcement and they will tell us not to use money. This is how that's going to go down. They tell us that they plan on telling us on a Friday night. See if you can guess why they would tell us on a Friday night that the banking system has collapsed.
There are a lot of things we've been thinking about, and what we want to hear from you today is what you think the priorities would be in order to go about setting expectations appropriately in public about how we would execute Title II. So that if and when we do have to have that announcement on Friday night, ideally Friday night, that people are in a position to receive it, understand it, and say, yeah, that works. And we can see how this will happen. Of course, there will be doubters, but there's a lot of things going on.
So Friday night, of course, the banking system is closed. So people all weekend can just be at home freaking out because, oh, wait a minute, what's going to happen with my money?
Yeah.
My bank's going, we're in this economic, what the hell are you going to do about my money? It's gone. They're admitting, this is coming.
Okay, so the clip ends there, just repeats itself. As you guys know, if you use TikTok, the clip just repeats. So I'm going to stop it there. I will link this in the description of the video. I also happen to see this posted by Florence Nightingale on Twitter, the collapse of the US dollar. Now, this is Sheikh Imran Hussein. Let me give you guys some context of who he is. He is a Trinidadian and Tobagonian Islamic scholar, author, and philosopher. Okay, some of his specialties, world politics, economics, modern socioeconomic political issues. And the reason I found this clip interesting was because this was taken, I had to kind of do a little digging to find out when this actually was, and I happen to see this here, I guess this is from the podcast, a 2-hour-long podcast from 7 years ago. So we're assuming 2016, well before the beer flu, and the prediction is eerily accurate. The collapse of the monetary system, the downward momentum of the US dollar, listen to this.
Because they know what's coming. I guess they're probably waiting for, the US dollar is already finished. It's in ICU. They're keeping it alive. They're waiting for a war, probably. And then they blame the war for it. And the US dollar will then collapse. Wall Street will witness its collapse. And then they will demonetize the US dollar, meaning it's no longer recognized as legal tender. And because so many countries hold stacks of US dollars, you can't buy oil in the world without US dollars. That's unfair. Really. So all those US dollars that you're holding will suddenly collapse. China is going to lose most of all. Saudi Arabia is going to be losing a lot. And then they will replace the US dollar with another currency which will have a fraction of the cost. So on every $1 that you had, you're probably going to get 5 cents. White America is going to suffer massively. Black America is not rich. And when white America suffers this massive blow, the United States has a very curious law. In the United States, you're allowed to buy guns. Oh yeah? You can buy as many guns as you want. So white America has lots of guns. So when the US dollar collapses, you're going to have fireworks.
You're gonna have fireworks! He said it, not me. Fireworks in the United States when the dollar collapses. Now, I mean, I had to take a look at the price of gold. I am seriously looking to get into some more precious metals. Gold specifically, obviously. I'm also holding the cryptocurrencies that solve problems. But gold right now trading at about $1,973 per ounce. Okay, gold is poised too. Like, just check this chart out. It's just looking so bullish. And I mean, considering we could be months away. I mean, months away from a huge, significant collapse. We're seeing what's going on around the world. We're seeing the de-dollarization before our eyes. And again, guys, these are not articles from 1-2 months ago. These are articles that are coming out like daily, every single day, April 1st, April 2nd, April 3rd. So guys, we are seeing this happening in real time.
In the United States, fireworks, riots, hitting, and they're preparing for it. But I don't know about the 3 days.
And then the clip ends there. I guess there wasn't that much left in that clip. Anyway, I will link this in the description of the video, along with the 2-hour stream here, the 2-hour podcast. I have not listened to this full thing. I was pretty much just using it as a reference point here. Looks like this clip was from at least 7 years ago. I mean, maybe they used this image for, just to kind of promote the podcast. And this could even be from before. If somebody does have any more information on that, please do put it down in the comment section. I'd love to know. You can also contact me on Twitter, WorkingMoneyCH on Twitter. But did you notice it was eerily sounding like he was basically suggesting what was going to happen with the US dollar, and that they will usher in a new currency and that you'd probably get maybe 5 cents on the dollar. So then it crossed my mind, is what he's talking about a central bank digital currency? Think of it. If you have $10,000, 10,000 US dollars in your bank account, in your savings account, let's say, and then the dollar collapses, and then let's say the government swoops in, offers you a central bank digital currency and offers you 5 cents on the dollar. Well, now you have 500 central bank digital currencies as opposed to 10,000 US dollars, guys. And so again, this is why it is never bad to hedge your bets. Cryptocurrency, precious metals, anything of value other than fiat currency. I urge you. The other thing is, keep your cryptocurrency safe. If you're planning on holding cryptocurrency, guys, the exchanges have never been as shaky as they have been in 2022, 2023. I mean, even in the Wild West bull run days of 2017, 2018, I felt more confident in exchanges then than I even do now, and we're further along in the process. So keep your cryptocurrency safe. I do have an affiliate link for a Ledger Nano in the description if you guys want to use that. You don't have to use it if you want, but just please keep your cryptocurrency off the exchanges. And then I've been reading about this. Okay, XRP may be relisted soon by Coinbase after being delisted last year. Now, of course, now and then we get this reader context. XRP was delisted in January of 2021, 2 years ago. Relisting of XRP on Coinbase is dependent on the outcome of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. Well, not technically. I mean, they could really relist XRP whenever they wanted. This was stated by Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal. Well, I mean, yeah, he did say it in an interview, during an interview on the Thinking Crypto podcast. Funny, considering I also happen to see this from 24 Hours Crypto here on Twitter. Why is Coinbase holding so much XRP? And then he notes this, guys. Check this out. Fidelity and Blackrock are also involved. They know what is coming. So this is from the xrpscan.com website, and you guys can see Coinbase and the amount of XRP they are actually holding, considering XRP is not even listed. Now, I did a video on this a while ago, but I thought I'd revisit it because I noticed something else that was interesting. Okay, so here I'm just going to show you guys the amount of XRP that is in Coinbase's account that Coinbase currently holds. So again, I'll link this in the description if you guys want to peruse this at your leisure. But then there's this, okay, Coinbase forges deal to give BlackRock clients access to crypto. This came out a few months ago when Coinbase did announce a deal with BlackRock to give the asset manager's clients more seamless access to digital asset markets in the latest sign of how rising numbers of traditional investors are dabbling in crypto. So this was big news a few months ago. Coinbase said on Thursday that it would connect to Aladdin, BlackRock's investment technology platform. The system, which supplies essential plumbing to the global investment industry, will give clients the world's biggest asset manager direct access to crypto. So that is the big point here. Also note here, Fidelity is also involved. Fidelity and BlackRock. Okay, guys, these are two huge players in the space. So I did some more digging and look at what I found. BlackRock, Fidelity among bidders for UAE's BITRUE $2 billion IPO. Now, this article was from back in May of 2022, so about a year ago now, but listen to this. BITRUE's $2 billion initial public offering has drawn interest from big investors, including the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, and Fidelity. The UAE-based firm received bids from 2 international funds for the share sale that could value it at $20 billion at listing, Bloomberg reported, citing unnamed sources. So who is this Burrow company, or Barouge? I'm sure it's pronounced Barouge. Barouge is a manufacturer of polyolefins. It is a joint venture of the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company and Borealis of Austria. So note here their connection to oil, guys, but they specialize in polyolefins. It was founded in 1998 and has two complementary ventures, Abu Dhabi Polymer Co., a production company based in Abu Dhabi, and Barouge Limited, based in Singapore. So what are polyolefins? Well, it gives you guys the scientific definition up here, but in layman's terms, the most common example of polyolefins are polyethylene, commonly used in shrink wrap and plastic shopping bags, polypropylene, used for food packaging, dishwasher-safe containers, and carpeting, and polybutene, a liquid form. This is commonly used in synthetic rubbers, lubricants, and cosmetics. So essentially, these plastic products, leveraging Barouge in conjunction with Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. And I mean, I gotta say, it's probably no coincidence that the power surrounding oil is shifting, that Coinbase is holding a ton of XRP, seemingly with no plans to relist until they do. Also, let's not forget Coinbase's connection to Fidelity and Blackrock. So Coinbase, why are you holding all this XRP? That's my question. Tell me down in the comments what you guys think, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.